hi, I'm Angie. I'm one of the directors at this organization. Just thinking about what have I done differently? Because it's not a question you actually pause and say, what am I doing differently? Because in our work, you just roll with things every day, right? So you just do. But I was saying, sharing with Emily this morning, one of the things that really struck me is my personal work that had to help me understand different to what I knew when I first started this work. So I remember the first time I heard an elder speak. So that was the starting point for me to know there was a lot more for me to get to know and understand in order for me to do the work. So when we talk about truth and reconciliation, our starting point is often truth. So really understanding what was the truth, what is the truth. And that's what I've become very responsible to do for myself as a leader of an organization that needs to create change. What happened? Why did it happen? When I think about what I'm doing differently, it is not without having done a lot of work professionally and personally to understand what happened in the past, understand that I own that, and believe that families should be at any point in time in their life together as much as possible. And at any point in time, things can change for families, and I understand that. But first and foremost, how you help keep families together, Indigenous families together especially, is what has to be driving every day of our work here.
My name is Emily, and I'm also a director of service here at Cornwall CAS. So what shifted for me in my practice is my investment and commitment to relationships with my Indigenous partners. So for many years, they were just another person at the table. But in my practice today, they're the people at the table. And it's finding space to allow them to come to those tables, recognizing that we at one time caused harm to them. So it's no longer notification, it's not consultation, it's really around meaningful engagement and participation. We need them at every step of the way, not just the beginning or the end. It's really that seeing it right through with us. They are the experts. We are not the experts of their people, of their community, of their families.
So Nova's contribution back to us was, you need to change how you do things. You need to behave differently, you need to lead conversations differently. You are not leading these conversations. And that is not something we know how to do well. It's just not. It's not the nature of our work. We lead, we get things done, we go, go, go. And that's not the pace that this type of work can be done in. So I remember us coming back with lots of feedback and Nova's courage to tell us, you're not getting this. And we're like, what do you mean? That was a great meeting.
We changed the space, not the practice.
Yeah.
We did really good at bringing ourselves to them, but then imposing ourselves on that space.
The other thing that I think we really have a lot of work to do in digging into is the concept of culture as safety. I think we do an excellent job at bringing networks to the table and planning around physical safety. And we speak the language of culture being safety, but actually understanding how that plays out in a child's life is something that we have yet to have a full grasp on. And figuring out how we need to prioritize that understanding of cultural connection and well-being as safety factor for children, we need to take that project on very seriously moving forward, because we're not there yet. We're learning, but we're not at a full understanding of that yet.
What would make you know that we are there? Like, what would you want to see?
Well, again, we do our work so quickly sometimes in terms of, okay, we have to mitigate the physical safety factors. I would know that we were in a better place, or I think I would know we were in a better place when we understood the distinct cultural identities of the nations and communities that we work with, and have a way of those cultural learnings and teachings actually guiding the safety planning meetings and being at the forefront of what that is.
A big shift in practice for me was there was a family that we were involved with that everything else seemed to be more important than reconnecting to culture at that point. There was we were in crisis. There was a lot of things happening, and it was a point that you brought to us was it's as important as doctors, as school. And would you be canceling a school meeting? Would you be canceling a medical appointment? It just came so naturally to us to find an excuse. So that was a huge shift for me, for recognizing it and stepping out of that space where it's not a next to or an after thought to. It's as important, it's more important. Recognizing that culture is not a part of safety, it is safety.